Deep in the rugged hills of Cornwall, Connecticut, lie the crumbling remnants of a small 18th century settlement known as Dudleytown. Today, you'll find nothing there but cellar holes, stone walls, and a thick, oppressive silence. Once a quiet farming community, this location has been transformed by legend into what many now call the Village of the Damned. The story of Dudleytown is a perfect storm of historical misfortune and exaggerated folklore. It's a place allegedly afflicted by a centuries-old curse that brought madness, suicide, and sudden death to nearly everyone who dared to call it home. The tales claim that the very air in the valley, so dark and shaded by the surrounding mountains that it earned the name Dark Entry Forest, was heavy with a malevolent energy. But what are the verifiable facts, and where does the terrifying fiction begin? Find out only on this episode of The Daily Strange. Hello everyone and welcome to The Daily Strange, a special October 2025 video per day blitz of the paranormal, specifically cryptids, monsters, and, like today, the supernatural. I'm your host, John F. Murs, author, actor, adventurer. The area that became known as Dudleytown was never officially a town, but rather a small secluded section of Cornwall, Connecticut, settled in the mid-1740s. Its name came from the arrival of brothers Gideon, Barzillai, and Abiel Dudley, beginning in 1747. The infamous curse is almost always traced back to England and the Dudley family's lineage. The legend claims that an ancestor, Edmund Dudley, an English nobleman, was executed for treason in 1510 by order of King Henry VIII, and a curse was pronounced upon his entire bloodline, a curse of horror and death. Though genealogists have found no verifiable link between the Dudleys of Cornwall and the noble Edmund, the story stuck, providing a powerful dark foundation for the local tragedies that followed. The verifiable history suggests that the decline of the settlement was far more mundane, though certainly marked by hardship. The location was poor for agriculture, situated in a rocky, high-elevation valley. The soil was infertile, and the growing season was short. Like many small, isolated New England communities, Dudleytown suffered from economic pressures and the common afflictions of the time. However, the village's reputation was solidified by a string of genuinely tragic events that occurred nearby, which the later myth conflated with the curse. In the mid-18th century, a settler family named Carter suffered a terrible epidemic. Another Carter family, relatives who relocated to New York, were later killed by Native Americans, a tragedy that occurred over 100 miles away, but was instantly tied back to the Dudleytown curse. The legends themselves often center on a theme of madness. Abiel Dudley himself, one of the founders, is said to have gone insane due to the curse, though historical records suggest he simply suffered from the common affliction of senility in old age before his death in 1799 at age 90. Another key piece of evidence cited by curse proponents involves General Heman Swift, a Revolutionary War veteran. In 1804, his wife Sarah Fay was tragically struck and killed by lightning while standing on their porch near Dudleytown. The event was devastating, but an isolated natural disaster was immediately woven into the tapestry of the curse, with the legend suggesting that the general was driven mad by the incident. The village was nearly deserted by the mid-1800s, not due to demons or anything supernatural, but because its inhabitants sought better land and opportunity in the fertile West as the local iron industry failed. The supernatural angle, the one we know today, didn't truly take hold until the 1920s. A book published in 1926, History of Cornwall, inaccurately wove together the various misfortunes using the dramatic, if unintentional phrase, doom of Dudleytown. In 1924, the land was purchased by a private association called the Dark Entry Forest Association, established by Dr. William C. Clark for conservation purposes. This group owns the land to this day. The popularity exploded in the 1970s when famous paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren visited and reportedly declared the area demonically possessed. This instantly turned the remote abandoned village into a mecca for thrill seekers. Since that time, the true curse of Dudleytown has been the constant stream of trespassers and vandals drawn by the sensationalized story. Local and state police strictly enforce the trespassing laws on the private land, and the owners will prosecute anyone attempting to enter the property. There are no recent verifiable paranormal incidents reported by local authorities, only numerous accounts of individuals being arrested for attempting to satisfy their curiosity. Whether the land holds an old malevolent energy or just the echo of human hardship, the only thing you are guaranteed to encounter in Dudleytown today is a heavy fine for trespassing. The Dudleytown curse is a powerful reminder of how easily historical fact can be twisted into enduring folklore. The village may be gone, but its legend ensures that the surrounding dark entry forest remains one of the most forbidden places in New England. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of The Daily Strange. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my new chilling episodes. And I will see you all tomorrow for another episode of The Daily Strange.